America was built on people getting up, taking action, and creating wealth, creating happiness for themselves.
Oh, that first time I opened up that cash box was fantastic. I just saw all those quarters in there and I said, they're all mine.
I knew this was a winner and I said, the heck with everybody, I'm going for it. And guess what? Now they all know why I did it. They want in.
I go boating, I take my grandchildren, I can go to Vegas whenever I want to. Where else can you do this with a small investment and a very short period of time?
It's incredible to get the money. It's just this incredible thing. Even when I don't visually see the money, if I see the deposit slip on the counter, I go, whose deposit slip? Is this really the deposit slip?
You know, how much money I have put out for this equipment, now is it coming back to me? Yes, it is.
I've worked in real estate as a realtor. I managed a McDonald's, so I had some familiarity with franchising business. But I also worked for the Department of Defense for 11.5 years as a management analyst. And I knew that whole bureaucratic scene, and it had gotten to wear a little thin after a while. And I was looking for another outlet, something where I would be in control, so I wouldn't have to always answer to somebody else and always have to come up with other things. And this, I felt that is something that could give me that alternative.
Florine and I, we don't have a professional or a formal education. I think Florine is a high school graduate. I am a high school graduate. We have no college degrees or no nothing.
I had worked in an office for 24 years and I saw my boss making all this money. And I thought, boy, instead of getting this little old paycheck on Friday, I need to get in something myself, because I was working in an office as a supervisor, 40 girls, tired of teenagers. I want to get out and do something of my own and take all the money home.
So she got onto this compact vending thing, and she said, I'm going to buy some of those machines. Well, I said, fine, if you want to go ahead, you know, and I was probably patronizing a little bit, saying if you want to get into it, that's fine, but don't bother me with it, you know, nickels and dimes. Well, she got 10 machines, and then she got 20 machines, and she got 30 machines. Then she got 100 machines. I thought, my God, if we can get this kind of money from 100 machines, think what we can do with more machines. So I said, hell with it. So I came out of retirement. So what I do now, Florine runs the company, makes all the major decisions, and basically all I do is count the money and take out the trash. And tell you, where else, I mean, I'm happy as heck.
One of the reasons that we were looking for another income opportunity was because of our 5 children, and we needed to get some income for college educations down the road. When you read the paper and they tell you that it's going to cost you $100,000 plus for 4 years of college, it's pretty staggering. You better do something to plan ahead.
I'm not a well-educated woman. I don't have a high school diploma. I have a generic diploma. That's what my kids refer to it as. I have a GED, so you don't have to have an extensive education for this, a college degree or anything. As a matter of fact, my brother went to school for 9 years for a degree, and I make more money than he does. Na, 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 na.
What I would tell a person who has, a bachelor's degree or a master's or even a PhD, I'd say, get over it. It's good to have an education. Education is very important. It's something that no one can ever take away from you. But owning a business is something altogether different. It's something very special.
We know a lot of people who are very wealthy, and we have a lot of friends who have their own businesses, and they're just consumed by their businesses. They work 6, 7 days, 12, 14 hours a day. Very successful businesses. They even enjoy what they're doing. They have no free time. So what good is the financial freedom if you don't have the time, too?
I have 2 sets of children. The first set are 21 and 19 now. I'm divorced from their mother, but when they were growing up, I worked so many hours. I was gone before they get up in the morning. I come home after they went to bed. So those first 5 or 6 years, I hardly ever saw them except on the weekends. But now I get up with my kids. We make breakfast together. I take them to school. I go on field trips with them. Pick them up after school. We play games.
I've been looking for an opportunity like this since I had hair. It's been a while. And we've tried we've tried a lot of different things.
People thought I was absolutely nuts to go into the vending business. Why? One, because I'm a PhD in business administration and management. I own 3 businesses. At my computer business, I have 75 employees. So for me to say, hey, listen, I'm going in the snack business, they think, Dee, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely nuts. But me being the person that I am, no one can tell me anything. I do just what I want to do. I knew this was a winner, and I said, the heck with everybody. I'm going for it. And guess what? Now they all know why I did it. They want in.
I have a degree in business management, and I've been involved in business and for a number of years.
We're enjoying life a lot more, and we have a lot more free time than we had before. He was under an awful lot of stress, and he was looking really old and really tired, and I was really getting to the point I thought one of these days he's going to have a heart attack and keel over on me.
Being my own boss is great. That's number one. I have no stress. I do not have to punch a time card.
When I went to tell my brother what I was about to do, number one, I'm going to leave United Parcel Service after 20 years. I'm going to probably give up my retirement, give up a nice check, stock options, but it doesn't matter to me. The reason it doesn't matter to me is because if I had stayed with that company, I knew I was going to be dead before 55.
I only want to work when Caitlin, my daughter, is in nursery school. That's 9 to maybe 12. I don't know of any business, of any employer that's going to hire me 3 days a week, 9 to 12, and pay me anything.
I go boating. I take my grandchildren. I can go to Vegas whenever I want to. Where else can you do this with a small investment and the very short period of time?
I wish I could say that I had the time right now to play golf. I don't right now, but that's because I choose not to have that time. There's something that's more important to me right now, and that's the development and the growth of this business.
In reality, what he's doing is he's visiting all of his old friends, and he has a good time out on the route, but he comes home and he tells me how hard he's been working all day.
To really enjoy watching your business grow and knowing that you're making it happen by your own decisions and by your own experience.
And also making the money.
Yeah, that helps.
We get product once a week. I just call it on the phone, and the company comes and brings it, and it's in an 18-wheeler. And usually we get 200 cases each week. Now that's not 200 boxes, that's 200 cases. And a Snicker bar case will have like 550 Snicker bars in that one case, and we get 200 of them a week. And the product is very fresh because we're getting it each week, and the truck backs up to the door. And my husband's always saying, what are you going to do with all this stuff? Man, I'm going to sell it and get me some more money. Because when I see that coming in, I know I'm going to double my money. So whatever it costs me, I'm going to bring in twice that much in 1 week.
This job I have, sometimes it's really terrible. Can you imagine a person like myself going out to the van and having to ask somebody to help me carry in the money? I mean, that's embarrassing to have somebody help you carry in these boxes of money. It takes me 2 to 3 to 4 hours to count the money. I put it in bags, I truck it down to the bank. The bank hates to see me come in there because these little girls know when I bring it, they have to pick it up and take it back to the vault. Well, can you imagine a little 100-pound girl lifting 60 or 70-pound money bags? It's terrible. The job is horrendous.
It's incredible to get the money. It's just this incredible thing. Even when I don't visually see the money, if I see the deposit slip on the counter, I go, whose deposit slip? Is this really the deposit slip? And you'd say, yes, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. We talk about someday when it just gets rolling into the point of being obscene, we're going to have this cash drawer that we're just going to open this drawer in our kitchen and have all this money in our drawer, But it's exciting. It is so exciting.
When you have your own business, you're a little more controlling of your own destiny. And again, what you put into it is what you reap.
I went to these franchise shows, and you needed all this capital, 50, 60, 70 grand just to get started. And it would take you forever to recoup that and finally return a profit. And plus, you're paying the company a royalty on it. I mean, here, you get started, it's a real small investment. You can start real small, and you can just roll it over and grow as big as you want. There's no royalty, and you start turning a profit almost immediately. I mean, it's just simple, it's just so simple.
We don't have to worry about anybody calling in sick, anybody quitting on us. We don't have to worry about somebody who's not working up to speed. If Chris wants to take a day off, I can do the route for him as well. It's just as easy for a woman to do as it is for a man.
In addition, I could take all the expenses that are related to a business, i.e. the car, all the product purchases, necessary phone calls, all the things that are allowed by the tax law. What this did for us, in essence, was it protected a substantial income, and instead of paying taxes, we received back a very good refund. This year, we will maximize, in addition to the things I've just mentioned, putting into a SEP, which is a self-employment plan, up to $30,000 or 15% of our revenues, which will further take care of our retirement years.
The tax benefits I got from owning my own business were just really exciting. I had never in my life gotten a refund as big as I got this past year. And let me tell you, what I did with that tax money was I bought some more machines.
While I'm sleeping in bed, somebody is eating a Snicker bar out of my vending machine. Where else can you lay in bed and make money? Well,
I've replaced single line product machines because people get tired of the same old thing all the time. And I can do both cans and bottles at the same time.
I will get a lead from somewhere and I'll go in and come to find out they already have a vending machine of some sort, either a Coke or a Pepsi, or mostly that's what I've run into. On a couple of occasions they've had snack machines of some sort or another. Doesn't seem to be a problem.
And one of the things that you have to be concerned with is return on investment. You know, how much money I have put out for this equipment, now is it coming back to me? Yes, it is.
The very first time I went to a machine to collect the money, opened up the coin tray and the money was there, and it was a good feeling.
when I get these money bags, I take it back to the money counter, I dump it through the money counter, and I put it in bags. Also, I have these dollar bills I count. Now, I have a dollar bill counter because if you've ever tried to count $2,000 or $3,000 in $1 bills, it's going to take you forever. So I had to go out and buy, you've seen them in the bank, you just take stacks of dollars and you run them through and you set it for 100. It shoots out $100, you put a rubber band around it.
Reaching into the dollar bill changer and pulling all those $1 bills out is a real good feeling. It's like peeling a head of cabbage. You have a handful of green.
I know that there is $500 in a coffee can.
Oh, that first time I opened up that cash box was fantastic. I just saw all those quarters in there and I said, they're all mine. I didn't have to share them with anybody else. There were no checks in there, no Visa cards. It was pure cash that I could just roll up and take away.
The great thing about it is you're not waiting for a check in the mail. It is all cash. The money is deposited directly into your bank account, whether it's past 3 o'clock or not. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 days for the money to be posted into your account where you can draw on it. It's immediately available.
I told my friends and family what I was thinking about doing, and they told me not to do it. They said you can never make money from nickels, dimes, and quarters, and boy, were they completely wrong. I've been doing it for 5 years and making more money than most people I know make.
You do end up with a lot of money. You end up with dollars from the dollar bill changers, and you end up with a lot of coins, a lot of quarters, nickels, dimes. You'd be surprised, and it's heavy, but it's a good heavy because it's money.
One of the things he does, though, he's probably going to end up having a wreck, but when he goes to a company, he puts the dollars in and he turns them all one way and counts those on his way back to save time. So sometimes if he has a wreck, he may have just money fly everywhere, you know.
Covered up with dollar bills.
You know, every morning I sit here and I read the Wall Street Journal to keep up with the affairs and the economy and so forth. And I read every day where these large companies like IBM, AT&T, or whatever, you get to be 40, 50 years old, make $50,000, $60,000 a year. You think you have security, but all of a sudden you're unemployed, gone. You're nothing but a number. But listen, in this vending business, I'm 65 years old. I've been at it 6 years, and I took a small investment and parlayed it into a multi-million-dollar a year company, and I cannot get fired.
There's never ever been a time where we have ever had machines that we have waited for a location.
Every business that's out there has to have a snack. They don't want their employees running across to AM, PM.
I did 2 mailings and have not necessitated any other mailings. All of my new business has come from referrals. My customers are so pleased with the service that they turn me over to other potential customers.
Any given day in this small town of 225,000, and we have over 500 machines on location, any given day I could still go out and put in 10 or 15 more new accounts. And this could go on for years. The big major vending companies don't even know this industry exists. So you talk about future. You people that are 50, 60 years old, or even to 30 years old, won't live long enough to see this industry saturated.
I met with the manager and the owner when I got there, and he says one of the biggest things how we, what drew our attention was this, with the mailing that you did. It was so professional. It was just right to the point. We mailed it back, and he goes, how we tested out to see what you were really going to be like was, what was the response time? And he said, and the response time was unbelievable. We knew that this was a good company.
We have about 450 accounts and hundreds of machines. If I was younger, I could put out 200 more machines very easy. The locations are out there. There's no limit on how many machines you can put out in this with these small vendors.
The support system was in place, and believe me, Rick probably called 3 times a day. And there was an answer to everything. Everything that the company said that they were going to provide, they have provided, and actually it's been over and above anything that I ever expected. It's almost like a family.
I don't think I could have started this business up without the help of the company. I couldn't have done it.
Well, I got a lot more from the company than just machines. I got technical advice, I got brochures, I got location assistance, I got several different things from them. And I was very pleased in that they did everything that they said they were going to do. And it's very rare nowadays in companies, you know, that they do what they say they're going to do.
Companies spend millions and millions and literally millions of dollars to get their product recognition. You capitalize on that. It doesn't cost you a penny.
Tim has been so happy. He gets up in the morning and it is like he has wings on his feet. He can't wait to go out the door. He can't wait to go to work. He said, do you know how good it feels to just be your own boss, to just do your thing? You are in control of your destiny. How many opportunities do you have that really put you in that position?
My father is also involved with me. He's the person who runs my routes for me. And he also was in the insurance business, and he's retired at 65. It's added 10 years minimum to this guy's life. He is running around like you wouldn't believe. To see him that way makes me happy too. For once in my life, I'm giving something back to him, and he is enjoying it. And my mother says, he doesn't even slow down for lunch anymore. He just keeps on going. He loves this. It's incredible. I just can't believe what it's done.
It's like we get X number of machines, and we can retire with this. And not only that, but we could just retire in a couple days a week, you know, go around and give, you know, pretty girls candy bars, and what a deal.
My dad's favorite saying has always been, if you don't take a chance, you'll never know.
So many times in your life you say to yourself, is this really the best time, a good time, a fair time to do things, whether it's have a baby, buy a boat, buy a house, do things. Well, I'm here to tell you, there is no perfect time. There may be times that are better than others, but I'm here to say grab the golden ring when you can, because there's no time like the present. And if you don't grab it, if you don't enter that race, you have no chance of winning. You have no chance. You might as well sit in the stands.
America was built on people getting up, taking action, and creating wealth, creating happiness for themselves. And if you don't get up and create action, none of this would happen. None of what we have today would happen if we didn't get up and create action.
From everything that I've been able to read, different people that I've spoken to, the Social Security system does not look real stable. So we wanted to have something that we felt that we could rely on. God helps those who help themselves. We decided to participate and try to help ourselves. I sleep much better at night now since I became involved in this business. And that's worth its weight in gold.